Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 1545, written by fairysoire. Jackson, the boy erased from all memory. I want to preface this by saying that I wasn't a child when this happened. When my younger brother was in elementary school, he had a friend named Jackson. He was a cute little boy with brunette hair. I remember every day when my brother came home from school, he'd tell us about how he spent recess hanging out with Jackson and another little boy we'd call Leroy. I remember my parents saying that the name Jackson was super cute, and when they were looking for a place to move, we thought about moving to Jackson, Mississippi, which reminded everyone about his friend. Fast forward to last year. I brought up his friend Jackson, and nobody remembers him. My mom, my brother, my dad, they kept saying that he never had a friend or knew anyone named Jackson. But I explained all of the connections we made with his name. The town we were going to move to was named Jackson, my mom really liking his name, and my brother being in a friend trio with Jackson and Leroy. Still, nobody remembered him. It drives me crazy to this day because I swear he's real. My brother, mom, and dad remember Leroy, but not Jackson. The next time I visit my parents, I will see if I can find my brother's class photos. I don't remember if Jackson was in his class or in another class, and I'm not sure if my brother has an elementary school yearbook, but there has to be an answer out there. Case also file 1545. Jackson, the boy erased from all memory. Usually when a child goes missing, it's a result of WITSEC, witness protection. At least that's what I think is happening most of the time. But if it's just a memory though, well, we don't have Men in Black in reality, and they remember Leroy. So it's not a total erasure. It must be a multiverse event, where in this universe, Jackson just didn't exist, or at least your brother never interacted with him. And Jackson never interacted with Leroy, and so you never met him. Going back to check if he was indeed in the school, maybe, because otherwise if he just didn't exist, that would be a grand difference for sure. But if he does exist and your brother just didn't interact with him, that's a more minor level difference that probably just is related to the multiverse. So, welcome to your new universe. Enjoy! Case file number 1546, written by Bob Thomas. Mind-bending moments, cats, cars, and the unseen. Okay, so these two stories take place miles apart, but at almost the exact same time. For reference, I have two older brothers. One of them drives a truck professionally, just a couple of hours from where I live. The second lives at home with my parents and I. Our house has a connected garage with a door leading into the kitchen. We have 3 cats, so anytime we have the big garage door open, we have to be extremely careful not to let one of them outside. One day, while moving a bunch of stuff from our car outside, my brother and I had just come into the house and were standing in the kitchen. 2 of our cats, we'll call A and B, were sitting in the kitchen with us, while our third cat, C, was nowhere to be seen. Well, our mom walks in through the connecting door and starts yelling for us to grab C because he's about to get out. We ran into the garage and were able to stop B from getting out, but I couldn't find C anywhere. When we come back in to look for him, he's dead asleep in a chair, completely oblivious to anything. I picked him up and he was still stiff from not moving for hours. My mom instantly got freaked out and swears it was him that she saw and even felt him at her feet. The thing is, A and B are both solid black cats, but C is a striped gray cat. There's no mistaking them even at a glance. This by itself was weird, but the news we got just a few hours later made it even stranger. My other brother had been driving his truck when he noticed a little red car beside him and started to come into his lane. He felt the car crash into his left side, so he pulled off to the right and into the back of a dump truck, crashing into the side of the ditch. Well, when the driver of the dump truck pulled him out of his truck to see if he was okay, he said it was fine. But when he asked if the people in the red car were alright, the guy said, "What red car?" It turns out there never was a red car in the first place. My brother swears he saw it and felt it crash into him, and he's not on any kind of drugs. He even passed the test perfectly right after that. This is my first glitch experience I've had. What makes this story really strange is that both members of my family saw and even physically felt events that never actually happened, or at least not in this universe. Case also file 1546. Mind-bending moments, cats, cars, and the unseen. It's like a ripple in soul connections. So you have a ripple in any medium, water, air, pressure waves, all that good stuff. But I'm talking about the souls. We don't physically see it, and we can't feel it through our physical skin touch or anything like that. But it is a type of sensory input. It's like tugging on a guitar string or any kind of string. It'll vibrate and oscillate, depending on what happens. If it's something that's very traumatic, then the vibration will be very strong. And your subconscious has to use this data and try to interpret it, figure out what the hell, well, something tugged it very hard, what happened. I don't think it's the same as communicating over text. Your subconscious doesn't know exactly what happened, just that something crazy happened to someone you loved and tried to interpret it. But then for your other brother who saw the car, now, was that a figment of the imagination, or was it really there and he switched multiverses? But then the question is, he would have died in the original universe. So did your mom feel the soul transfer in the new universe, the new mom, the one that you always knew, but in this new universe where now you're interacting with your brother, it's pretty confusing, but basically, your older brother jumped from the original universe to the universe that you've always known, and in that universe, your mother felt that soul tether connection as he was transferred in to the new body of your brother, your older brother. If you follow along to that ramble, it kind of makes sense, because when you transfer over, you keep those memories. And similar things happened in this world. The only difference is there was no red car. But that's what initially caused the crash to begin with. But then it makes you wonder, why did he crash in this universe? Did he see what happened to the version of himself in the original universe? And that's what caused, it's almost like a catch-22. Cause and effect is losing coherence. I have to reset after this one. Case file number 1547, written by I'm Meow, the mysterious ice cream scooper. About 12 years ago, when I lived in Coney Island, New York City, 18 years old, living only with my grandmother, who at the time was away at my aunt's house for a couple of days babysitting. On a normal evening when I get home from work, I plop down on the couch and start eating my Chinese food while watching TV. I finished my food and decided I wanted to eat some ice cream for dessert. I go to the kitchen, which is separated from the living room with a wall, so you can't see into the living room from the kitchen or the other way around. I grab what is a classic ice cream scooper with the big rounded end on it and a thick handle. I got the ice cream scooper and the ice cream out of the freezer. I open the ice cream container, which is almost full, as it has only been dug into once before this. While in the middle of me about to dig the scoop into the frozen ice cream, it was hard. The house phone rang. I stopped what I was doing and left the scoop inside the ice cream container, which was almost full, so basically lying on top of the ice cream. I answered the call, and it was someone from my grandmother, in the middle of me saying, "Sorry, she's not here." I heard the ice cream scooper fall on what sounded like the floor. I hang up and walk back to the kitchen, looking down to the ground, in expectation that I would see the scoop on the floor. But nothing. I looked everywhere, literally looking in places that was not physically possible, such as a gap in between the stove and counter, checking by the phone even though I know I heard it in the kitchen fall. But nothing, and definitely not possible due to the large odd shape of the scooper, would not allow it to slip or roll between small spaces. And I knew I heard it fall in the kitchen. I was looking for so long that the ice cream was melting. I eventually gave up and opened the drawer to get a regular spoon. I scooped the ice cream and ate it. To this day, I never saw that ice cream scooper ever again. I don't know what happened that evening. Case also file 1547. The mysterious ice cream. The mysterious ice cream scooper. Damn, that's hard to say. So I guess a ghost or a shadow being, some entity within the casual multiverse realm, trying to penetrate through to this universe to steal ice cream. Honestly, that's the sanest explanation of a glitch that I've ever heard. Even ghosts want ice cream. Now time for the quote of the day. Skiing consists of wearing $3,000 worth of clothes and equipment and driving 200 miles in the snow in order to stand around at a bar and drink. PJ O'Rourke. You know, it's funny, reading this quote, what pops into my mind is the Dumb and Dumber scene where they go to the Alps or something to bring the girl back her briefcase, and they're in this, ski lounge or something and just drinking at the bar. That seems to be what's involved often. Honestly, I would love to go skiing at some point. Have any of you ever gone skiing? Or snowboarding? Maybe snowboarding would be more my style. I don't know. I'd have to try it out. Just in the beginner course, ease into it. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Kinetic Symphony signing off.